Good morning, all. This is Javian Devashivasi. Today I am going to take a class of company law in which the module name is Introduction to Company Act. What is Company Act 2013? Basically, the Company Act 2013 is an act of Parliament of India and India Company Law which regulate incorporation of a company, responsibilities of a company director, and dissolution of a company. This act came into force on 12 September 2018 with few amendments in the provision of previous act of 1956. It has also introduced a new concept of one person company. The Company Act 2013 has a stipulation for increased responsibility of corporate executive IT sector, increasing India's safeguard against organized cyber. So now we will discuss the meaning of company. The word company has no strictly technically or legal meaning. In common law, a company is a legal person or legal entity separate from and capable of surviving beyond the lives of its members. According to Section 2, subsection 20 of Company Act 2013, a company is a company formed under Company Act 2013 or under any previous law relating to company. According to Haney, a company is an incorporated association which is an artificial person created by law, having a separate legal entity with a perpetual succession and a common. Now we will discuss nature and advantage of company. The first one is a company is a separate legal entity. This is the most important feature of a company as compared to other organizations is that it acquires a unique character of being a separate legal entity. Hence, when you register a company, you give it a legal personality with similar rights and power as a human being. Next, perpetual succession. The company is an artificial person which is brought into existence by the law. Hence, it can be ended by law alone and is unaffected by death or insolvency of its member. Limited liability. One of the important features of a company is the limited liability of its member. The liability of member depends on the type of. Fourth one is artificial legal person. Artificial means basically company called artificial because it is a creation by a process other than a natural birth, and it is called legal because it's creation by law. And for person, it has similar rights to a human being. Fifth one is common seal. While a company is an artificial person and works through the agency of human being, it has an official signature. This is affixed by the officer and employee of a company on all its documents. The official signature is a common seal. According to this amendment, if a company does not have a common seal, then the authorization shall be done by two directors or one director and the company secretary. Six one is transferable share. Accordingly, company, the share or debenture or other interests of any member in a company shall be movable property, transferable in the manner provided by the article of the company. Capacity to sue and be sued. A company being a body corporate can sue and be sued in its own name. The company has a right to protect its fair name. It can sue for such defamatory remark against it as are likely to damage its business or property. Now there are some disadvantages of the company. First one is cost. The initial cost of incorporation include the fee required to file your article of incorporation, potential attorney or accountant fee, or the cost of using an incorporation service to assist you with completion and filing of paperwork. There are also ongoing fee for maintaining a corporation. Second, loss of personal ownership. If a corporation is a stock corporation, one person doesn't retain complete control on the entity. The corporation governed by a board director who are elected by a shareholder. Required structure. When you form a corporation, you are required to follow all of the rules outlined by the state in which you fill. This includes the management of the corporation, operation requirement, and the corporation accounting. Difficulty dissolving the next main disadvantage of this company, which is mean while perpetual existence is a benefit of incorporating, it can also be a disadvantage because it can require significant time and money to complete the necessary procedure for dissolution. Next one is ongoing paperwork. Most corporations are required to file annual report on the financial status of the company. The ongoing paperwork also include tax return, accounting record, meeting minutes, and any required license and permit for conducting business. Next main issue is a double taxation. Some type of corporations such as C corporation have a potential to result in double taxation. Double taxation occurs when a company is taxed once on profit and gain on the dividend paid to share. Last but not least, lifting of corporate is a main disadvantage of the Company Act. From the juristic point of view, a company is a legal person distinct from its member. There is a famous case law of this at disadvantage, that is Solomon versus Solomon and Company Limited. This principle may be referred as the veil of incorporation. The court in general considered themselves bound by this principle. The effect of this principle is that there is a fictional veil between the company and its member. That is, a company has a corporate personality which is distinct from its member. But in a number of circumstances, the court will pierce the corporate veil or will ignore the corporate veil to reach the person behind the veil or to reveal the truth, form, and character of the concerned company. The rationale behind this is probably that the law will not allow the corporate form to be misused or abused. In those circumstances in which the court feels that the corporate form is being misused, it will rip through the corporate veil and expose its true character and nature. So, here are some the advantages which had we discussed. Now, thank you.